Hey guys, it's Rachel. It's Thankful Thursday, and I'm here this week. And this week we're all going to be making a video on the same topic. I know that some encouragement videos have gone up, and also that Felicia made a video. I know that Sarah has made a video. Tracy's done some encouragement videos. Obviously Ariel made her video yesterday. And I'm making mine today, and what we're basically looking at is how we can reconnect with our bodies, and the things that we can do to build up a better relationship with our bodies, really. It's not an easy topic, and it's very easy for me or for any of us to sit here and kind of discuss kind of reconnecting with your body. But obviously it's a really important one because, as we all know, recovery involves that reconnection with not only your body but with yourself, but given that we are a body. Yeah, I think it's very important that we do see ourselves as more than just a body, and that we are actually our whole body, our whole person, and we're more than just our kind of physical shell. And I know that within eating disorders, we see the body as something attached to us. We don't see it as something we appreciate or should nurture. We see it as something we can attack either by restricting, binging, purging, hurting ourselves in numerous ways. It's kind of like taking out all of the difficult emotions out on our body, and it's not even necessarily a completely conscious thing. It's that the nature of eating disorders is to attack the body, and that happens to be what we end up doing. And as part of your process in recovery, you need to learn to attach yourself back to your body, and to actually not only take the steps to nurture it, but for those steps to nurture it to mean something. You're never going to have a good relationship with your body as long as you're eating disordered, and that can mean you might think that by losing X amount of weight that you will have a better relationship with your body, or by protecting yourself by carrying extra weight, or whatever it is that you're doing. It's not going to help build your relationship with your body. And people who are trapped in cycles of binging and purging, or have you, that you feel that need to release through your body with the hope of it feeling better, it's no different than self-harming and kind of having this temporary kind of moment where you feel better. In the long term, it isn't going to solve your problems. And so, although eating disorders aren't just about your body and how you look, how you feel, they are about how you feel, not just towards your body, but how you feel inside. And how you feel inside is going to determine how you feel about your body. And so if you're having a better day yourself personally, you're not going to feel as much need to hate your body, really. Whereas if you're having a really bad day and all of this crap's getting on top of you, you're going to blame your body even more, because it's a very easy outlet for blame, because it doesn't answer back, it doesn't fight back, it just literally takes what you give it. And whilst I can appreciate that those of you who struggle and use behaviours, that it does solve some issues in the short term, on a longer scale basis, the only way you're ever going to have a good relationship with your body and love it and appreciate it for what it is isn't about a weight, isn't about a size, isn't about what you put in it or take out of it. It's about emotionally getting yourself to a point whereby not only physically are you healthy, but emotionally you are. Quite often the physical has to become before the emotional. But like I say, with a lot of people, even if you're a healthy weight, if the way you're maintaining that, or the way you got to that, whether losing weight, gaining weight, if you've done that in a way that's disordered, it doesn't mean you're automatically going to feel okay. So that idea about being a healthy weight and it equating to wellness only works when the way that you've got there is through healthy means. So the reason I have a good relationship with my body, and I did when I gained weight, is because I gained weight in a healthy way. I didn't use behaviours. I didn't binge my way to a healthy weight. I did it in a way that was constructive and productive, and as I went along I dealt with the very difficult feelings that came up as I gained weight and as I challenged myself with food. And so that is why I eventually got to a point where I did like my body, which then led me to loving my body. And the relationship I have with my body now is a very, very positive one. And I feel good enough in my skin. I don't have an issue particularly with how I look. Of course, we all have days where we kind of struggle a bit more, but for the most part, I am just what I am, and I don't spend hours looking at myself in the mirror or questioning it. I just am what I am, and how I look in clothes is how I look in clothes. And I don't kind of look at a picture and think, oh, that looks, you know, I look fat in that picture, or what have you. And there are some pictures which I don't necessarily like of myself, but it's not connected to my eating disorder, and I think that that's a really important thing. And so getting to a point where you feel good enough in yourself, and therefore good enough on the outside, is only going to come with recovery. It's never going to come with disorder. And that's a really hard thing to believe when you're ill, because you do believe that if you lose X amount of weight, or keep this amount of weight, or do this or do that, that you will feel better in yourself. You think that you will feel better in your body if you can control whether you have breakfast or not. And all of that, as much as your disorder is telling you is the truth, is not the truth, and it is a massive lie, and it is so detrimental to you to believe that. And what you have to do is put your faith in the fact that you can eventually have a good relationship with your body, but only if you allow yourself to take the step into recovery. You are never going to have a good relationship with your body as long as you're eating disordered. It just does not happen. I do not know one person who is eating disordered and feels good in their body. I know people who are perhaps in the process of recovery and start to accept their weight. It might be higher than it has been when it's lower, and they're not quite at a healthy point, but they're getting to a point where they're feeling more comfortable in your body, and that is what this is about. So there's some of the key issues in terms of being able to reconnect with your body, and that is the beauty of recovery. And so if you want to be how I am now, when I say I actually really like my body, I love how it looks in certain clothes, I appreciate the fact that I've got a woman's body, you need to allow yourself to go into recovery and to go through that process. With regards to looking at the healthy things we do to allow ourselves to appreciate our bodies, I'm going to say one of them is intimacy, and that might just sound a bit one-track minded, but being able to be in a relationship with another person, to have another person appreciate who you are as a person and appreciate your body for the beauty that it is a huge shift with regards to body acceptance. And so that's one of the things that can be very powerful when you're in a relationship with somebody else, is them appreciating your body. And I know that that's happened for me over the years, and having another person appreciate the beauty of my body. Okay, it's coming from someone else and not internal, but it helps to build a bit of self-esteem, a bit of self-worth. And having compliments can be a really difficult thing to take, but also can be really positive. And of course there is that mix-up between people being complimented when they are certain weights and what have you, and people having an issue with being complimented and being told they look healthy. But other people appreciating how you look. And the reason I said intimacy in relationships is because sometimes that's easier to take than a family member saying, oh, don't you look well, when a person who you're in a relationship with can say, you know, I really appreciate this part of your body, can be really helpful and actually really build your self-esteem. For me, other ways of reconnecting with my body concern, I don't know, what helps me appreciate being a woman, being able to go clothes shopping and fitting in clothes in a beautiful way. I can appreciate my body on a physical level, the fact that it lets me go and take walks outside, and I go and take pictures, and I have the energy and the time to do all of those things. I appreciate my body because I allow it to rest. I appreciate what it lets me do on a daily basis. I appreciate what it allows me to do emotionally, mentally, physically. I understand that it's something I need to really look after because my body has been damaged. I have had 2 knee surgeries, endless surgeries on my back. I've had gynecological problems, immune system problems. There is a long list of issues that I've had since being in recovery because of my eating disorder, and so all of that reconnects me with my body because it makes me want to nurture myself, because I don't want to have any more problems than I already have. So I'm going to leave that there, guys. I have discussed kind of the ways of getting to connect with your body again, and I've talked about how I appreciate my body and why I appreciate my body and the reasons I appreciate my body, and hopefully that's just been a bit of inspiration for you, and I will see you next week, guys. Okay, bye.